In the United States, the country's top doctor has called for cancer risk warnings on alcoholic beverages. A new report links alcohol consumption to several types of cancer. Alcohol has long been known to cause the illness, but researchers say many Americans are still unaware of the risks. The Surgeon General's recommendation would require approval from Congress.
Enjoying good times and having a drink. For many people the world over, the two go hand in hand. Alcoholic beverages are also deeply ingrained in many cultures and traditions. But it's a risky pleasure. In the United States, the government's top health official says too many people are unaware of the cancer risks linked to alcohol consumption. The Surgeon General wants alcoholic beverages to carry warning labels just like tobacco products.
I think putting a Surgeon General label on alcohol would definitely change the scope in which people consume alcohol, at least to a certain degree. It may not make people stop drinking, but it definitely will make people start thinking.
It's a proposal that's already got people talking. Many, but not all, say they're receptive to warning labels.
A lot of people don't know the risk of it because they start abusing everything once they start getting to it, especially drinking. A lot of people abuse alcohol. So it's just, I feel like it's a good idea to put it on there.
I think a warning label is good. I mean, I think you can warn people just like we do cigarettes. Is it still going to happen? Yes.
A warning label on alcohol products would require new legislation by Congress. But Republicans who are now taking power in Washington have traditionally been against new regulations on consumer products, saying they get in the way of business and restrict Americans' freedom.
And for more on this, we can now talk to David Jernigan. He's a professor of health law, policy and management at the Boston University School of Public Health. Professor, we all know that drinking too much is unhealthy, but explain to us why even small amounts of alcohol may cause cancer in the human body.
Well, the simple fact of it is that alcohol itself is a carcinogen, and if things go well in your body, it's also it transforms into something called acetaldehyde, which is also a carcinogen. But I think the big news here is that even small amounts of alcohol increase the risk. I think people are probably most aware of breast cancer and even small amounts of alcohol can increase the risk of that for breast cancer. Compared to non-drinkers, up to 1 drink a day, you increase your relative risk of breast cancer by 10%. More than 2 drinks a day, your relative risk increased by about 32%. So even small amounts of alcohol can increase the risk.
Those are quite frightening figures. Now, it is a common belief that a moderate consumption of alcohol is actually preventing other illnesses such as strokes and heart attacks. Is there some truth in this, or is that still fake news?
We believed that for a long time. However, the most recent looks at that literature have found that it's in fact not as solid as we thought. A lot of those studies compared moderate drinkers to abstainers, but in the abstainer group were a lot of people who had quit alcohol because of their health. If you get rid of those sick quitters, suddenly that apparent protective effect of alcohol on health starts to disappear. What we usually say is there are many reasons that people may choose to drink. Your health should never be one of them.
Now, President-elect Donald Trump is famously teetotal. That means he doesn't drink alcohol. Do you think that will help in passing this into law?
It's so hard for us to tell what President Trump is going to do on so many fronts. Certainly the Republicans are not generally in favor of regulation. However, there's so much that could be done. We have a warning label currently on alcohol, but it flies in the face of everything we know to be effective in terms of warning labels. It's general, it's in tiny print, it's not prominent on the bottle. And of course, it doesn't include cancer.
So do you think warning labels don't really prevent people from drinking?
I think the warning labels change the conversation about alcohol, and we need to change that conversation. In the U.S., it is our favorite drug, and yet it's responsible for 178,000 deaths a year here in the U.S., and of course has major risk of cancer.
David Jernigan there, Professor of Health Law, Policy and Management at Boston University School of Public Health. Thank you very much for sharing your expertise with us.
Thank you for having me.